Just in terms of spotting what a real player looks like versus what a fake player looks like, we can look at these two. So we can look, or I'm going to look at 3 profiles, for example. Go to my friends list and look at somebody who has more races, maybe? Who's this? Onion. Let's look at Onion. This isn't a good example, actually, at all. Let's look at Tariff. Tariff's a good friend of mine. Let's look at him for the good example of what an account should look like in terms of average and high words per minute. We could see approximately 75% graph, but more so we'll see it more in a 75 to 89% of the top words per minute graph. Now, when you take 89% of 163, you get 145. Now, if Tariff was averaging 145, it would be high, but it wouldn't be unreasonable. You can look at accounts like this, which have a over 96%, or a 95 or 96 or 90-ish% of their average compared to their top, and you can see overall that it doesn't look legit either. And there's a couple more signs that you can tell. You can tell because race to profile views. This one's an exception. You can tell because of cars, how much cars they have on their account. Now, if they're a grinder, they might have less cars, but most of the time they're going to have more cars than this at 20,000 races. In fact, when you go to my public profile, I have almost the same amount of cars as him at 100 to 200 races. Regardless, we could go ahead and look at our next, what it looks like to bot, and we could see 2,000 top words per minute. This one isn't that hard to believe that it's botting, mostly because that's humanly impossible. It's never been done on any other typing site, and it's just humanly impossible. And if you see something like that, it's just not legit. So we can look at this and say, obviously this 60,000 race account isn't legit. Woohoo, we figured it out, we got you. But no, in all seriousness, this is what a fake top speed looks like, and you can see all of these accounts. I'll link all 3 of them in the description. If you guys want to know some more tips on how to catch botters, another tip on how to catch botters is looking at their team count versus their actual race count, and then looking at how long they've been on the team. And also look at this, I'm a bot 057 banned. You look at the team they're on. You can also just take inferences based off of if you know them or not, or inferences based off of if you've seen them on the track or not. Again, don't go out there accusing nobody if you don't have solid proof and solid foundation. A good tracker is this thing called Star Track. You can go ahead and look at leaderboards and it'll show you some flagged racers. For example, let's go to the monthly and then show some flagged racers. Super Mario is what it calls a flagged racer, Stormy. And you can see what this looks like, and you can compare and contrast on this website. Is very good, and eventually you'll learn you can spot other botters. Thank you for your time.